Hello there, welcome to this video. Now you may ask, what is this video? Well, if you read the title, which I'm assuming, of course you did. Why else would you click on this? Well, this is my action project for Global Kids Summer Institute program, which, honestly, very fun program. The highlight of my summer. In this program, we study globalization, international issues around the world. And this was like for this year, for like the summer this year. Now, for my project, I'm focusing on corrupt justice systems, specifically South Korea. And I would just like to put as a disclaimer for like a disclaimer for this video is meant to be informative and spread awareness. I will reference a lot of hateful crimes like misogyny, essay, and mentions of abuse. This video will focus and reference South Korean cases of corrupt justices and a few others from other countries. And you can see by me painting in the background, which is submitted to the OCA New York 2024 Hate Crime Prevention Art Contest, I do my best to try to exhibit a story based on what I'm trying to teach. Now, we need to define corrupt justice. What is it? Well, according to the Transparency International Organization, a corrupt justice system can be defined as corruption in the judicial system, which breaks the principle of equality before the law and deprives people of their right to a fair trial. In a corrupt judicial system, money and influence may decide which cases are prioritized or dismissed. Perpetrators may get away unpunished, while victims are left with no answer and no justice, quote unquote. Now, a justice system is supposed to make sure people follow the laws set in their country and bring fair justice. Now, if we think about this version doesn't seem too justicey. It's just not. Now, a lot of injustice and corruption happen due to various reasons, such as insecurities amongst the system and country, biased perspectives of societies, unbalanced powers and traditions, political issues, lack of enforcement for laws and human rights, etc. Now, these are issues that influence this type of system, and there are many ways it could be acted out as well. But different countries also follow different systems and sets of rules. After all, the world doesn't stay linear. I mean, it's quite round. The globe is quite round, as you can see. And so, but despite the differences in the justice system, it does not justify any of this abuse happening. Many cases of corrupt justice are also buried away and hidden from public eye, or manipulated to serve the interests of those in power. It becomes hard to notice. It's practically invisible if you just glimpse at it. Just take a small glimpse, look at it for a little while, and go, it's probably okay, until you actually acknowledge it, look into it close, and then you could actually realize that maybe it's a bigger problem than you were under the impression of. And we do have to take into consideration that sometimes victims can't get justice because they don't have the ability or access to seek it. Now, how does South Korea fit this definition? Well, first of all, I need to inform you that the corruption case isn't 100%, and that the official number of corruption in the justice system is unclear. But what I state here is based on cases already covered and research I have done surrounding this topic. If you're wondering about South Korea's justice system entirely and how it works, check out the links under this video, which will also provide like other links of like where I got my research from. Alright, now with the system in mind, so South Korea generally promotes this system, how it works, to be robust, independent, form, but despite that, it is still vulnerable to corruption, or just many flaws. Now, you see, thanks to GAN integrity and for providing a South Korean risk support, They have stated that companies operating with a Jew degree face high corruption risks. According to business executives, bribery often occurs in return for obtaining favorable court decisions. 4 in 10 Koreans perceive the Jew degree. Now, this is for like business stuff, like business in court, companies going into court, and the problems they face. This is like one part of the issue, and it does not end with just that. This issue of like the system, the justice system, also goes into what the public also faces, since it is also stated, thanks to the Diplomat for providing this article by James Constant, that South Korea is spiraling towards a polarized justice system. It has stated that South Korea had serious problems with its public faith in its justice system. Trust in the Jew degree was just at 26% as of 2022, compared to the OECD average of 55.7%. Now, this number is not very good. And in the article, it's about like more about the political happenings in the court system right now, and like how it's become quite a mess between people with powers, like people with influence, fame, wealth, and like how it just really started going uphill, downhill. It's gotten way chaotic. It's like worrisome for the public. As like, of course it is, since like the justice system, how the court is working. It's like how the judicial court is working is also going to be affecting them too. Now we move on again. So like the chaos of what's happening between the powers and the influence, the big guys on top of like that also help in like control and like decide the decisions of the meaning of Korean laws and justice, the system, the fuel of like the fighting, the like it's resulting in a broken mess of corruption. It's like insane. Because once again, this is just a part of like another piece that creates this definition of like corruption. It's like a piece also is a part of something. It's a full picture if you put them together. Example of like this South Korean justice system becoming corrupt and flawed. This leads us into more terrible cases that has caused the need for that trigger warning you just saw earlier in the video. It has to be addressed. Then, South Korea ranks low in the global indexes of gender equality, such as the World Economic Forum Global Gender Gap Report. And that incidents of violence against women, including domestic assault, workplace sexual harassment, rape, and murder, have been alarmingly frequent in the 2015 study by the South Korean government. 80% of respondents, the vast majority of whom were women, reported they have been sexually harassed in their workplace. Rights Watch reported that nearly 80% of male respondents admitted to violent acts against an intimate partner in a 2017 survey. Thanks to East Asia Forum for giving us this article written by Katharine H.S. Moon. The article, South Korea's Misogyny Problem. And adding on, as the years increase and become more closer to the current date, that is 2024, according to the South Korean Supreme Prosecutor's Office, 90% of the victims of violent crime in 2019 were women, a significant increase from 71% in 2000s. It's quite messed up. The numbers are too high. Completely unacceptable. Horrendous. Disgusting. And honestly, I am baffled. Now, the sentence for rape and like violent sexual crime can range from several years to life imprisonment in South Korea. So looks like there's hope. There can be hope that maybe they can be locked up. They can be just gone for good. No, it is revealed that South Korea is actually quite soft on these sentences. See, it'd be fine if it was like an actual year, an actual life in prison. It'd be fine. Or there was some actual form of punishment for abusers and for people who have committed crimes that justify these long sentences. It's not when it's revealed that in most cases, there's probably less than 10 years. And when they do get out, they get more probably, depending on the status of the person, they probably get more of a pass on what they've done given by the government or just by society. It depends. And also, this can also circle back to power, since an abuser of more wealth and influence can have their sentences reduced. And also, good behavior can't justify the damage already done. I mean, there's multiple cases. Thanks to Rotten Mango, which has inspired me to touch on this topic. And she does not just talk about, like, crimes just in South Korea. She talks about multiple different crimes and around the world, which it's a con, it's a bullying. And she had like a team with her. So it's not just her gathering this information, it's multiple people bringing this information, turning it into videos, online on YouTube, to make it easier and more accessible to bring more awareness to these problems. Now, it's honestly, a lot of cases turn out to be mishandled. Some cases don't even get a shed of light of justice. It just ends no happy ending, but sometimes there can be a happy ending. And as long as that happy ending is enforced and matters are taken into the government's hand, the justice system's hand, maybe there could be more happy endings. How it is up to us, the public, society, just bring justice bring attention. Honestly, when it comes down to people, although corrupt people are well known, can be shamed, and their influence can decrease, buried with them. They still have the ability to rise from the ground more than anyone else if they have a lot of power in their hand. Even like taking their crimes somewhere else. And sometimes society in like South Korea is very traditional and believe that the topic of testing and other dangerous crimes are taboo and do not deserve to be spoken out against, which is just sad. Now, why does it matter to you that I'm telling you this information? Justice system, it's big. It's around the world. But if we allow perpetrators to get off with barely any consequences, if we do not shame them and can't hold them accountable, they will most likely harm, and it will continue harming. You see, that affects you a lot. Because if we don't stop this, if we don't bring awareness to this problem, we're just telling the higher ups it's fine to keep perpetrators, keep them free, let them roam free around this earth, to do God knows what, to continue treacherous and corrupt actions. And you see, in this painting I have here, I wanted to symbolize that we as people, we should bring our own justice to these people. Convince the system that we can't let them get away with this, and that we can stand up together, since a lot of countries have this similar problem, not just South Korea. Around the world, we can help each other bring more awareness to victims, corrupt, in cases of corrupt justice system. So help victims of corrupt justice systems, help bring light into corrupt cases and bad cases, and spread awareness.